Hey everybody, Sandy Hodgkins here from West Meadow Farm in Bradford, New Hampshire, bringing you this week's highlights. So we had that gray gelding come in for another session, and this one I wanted to start the session off with some liberty. So sometimes our horses have to go through some things before they can realize that they don't need to do those things. So this has to do with adrenaline. This horse, it's really easy for him to get on adrenaline. And I wanted him to be able to figure out how to come down off of that and having him search for that answer. So we got him going one direction and then did a change of direction. They get to see how do they feel when they do their flying lead changes. And then it didn't take too long before he came off that adrenaline, and then he could go to the owner and feel really good with that owner. And then we worked on what I learned with Joe Walter about seeing if you can cause your horse to stop by getting them at a balance. So that when I ride and I start a little rocking, and this is also really good, Joe talked about if you, it's good to teach your horses if you're going and you're about to fall off, they'll stop. This process, kind of leaning forward, give them a chance, and then say, oh, guess we're gonna work on our backup. And then it's not punishment. Yeah. So the boys were feeling good. We moved some horses around and they were kicking up their heels. And then we had some big bell orders come in. And then this is a family that started coming here for some sessions, and George helped one of them and I helped the other. And this little girl, she's doing a really good job. We just had their bareback pads on the horses, and she really wanted to ride without me as a safety net. So I said, if you can do this little pattern, then you can try it. And she did really, really good. Both horses did good. Just learning some rein management, sliding your hand down the rein, gathering up your reins to stop. And then I always like to have fun, what can you do? So this is, I guess it was called Around the World, and they had a lot of fun with that. And then I said, how about standing up on the horse? This little boy cracks me up. He had a lot of fun. And then this is a lady that came in for a lesson, and she has a bunch of horses. That's looking good. Now all the horses are on a nice straight line. Use only your right leg, no left leg. There you go. Very good. Yeah, that was good. And stop there. So maybe you were blocking him with your other leg. I think so. Yeah. So give him the rein again. Let him have his head. And now we're at harmony. So I'm doing this. How about you? And if you want his shoulders to go faster, your shoulders have to go faster. And just by moving your reins more, it automatically makes your shoulders go more. Okay. Without having to think about it. So my reins are here. My reins are going faster. You need to catch up. Okay. Kind of deal. Did you wait for me? I love putting things to a purpose, so we saddled up and I'm checking some fence. I just had to get off and do fix the gate. And so George is going his way with Smooch, and then I'll get this branch off the fence and get on. And then there is I think 3 or 4 fly masks lost out in the big field. So we'll go ride and find them. I love having a purpose to this horsemanship stuff. Just as I suspected, a place where they lay down and roll, they pull their mask off. So, one found. Looks like George found one. That's good practice. Get off your horse. Are they with you? So Gus has a pretty long body, and I was trying to figure out ways where it's his idea to keep his weight on his hindquarters. So we were doing a lot of the swinging the shoulder at the trot, and this was the first time I'd asked him to do it at the canter. And he really all fell apart. Like he just didn't know what I was asking. So this is towards the end of the session. It felt really good and light, and he was keeping his weight back on his own. Felt really good. And that's his better direction. So when we went the other way, he gave it a really good try. And so we quit. I was real happy with the effort he put in. And then with West Wind, we were trying to hold that counter canter a little bit longer. So she was offering a lot to give me that flying lead change. And so each pass around, I says, can you just hold it? And then finally at the end, she was able to make it all the way around. That was really good for her. She put in a lot of effort. And then we were able to pasture in another section of grass for the horses. All right, so hope you enjoyed this week's highlights.